again, a simple read through, and we're going with the key. So we're trying to, if you can do it without looking at the key, that's great. If you need the key, that's great. If you need a walkthrough in the key, that's great. Whatever works for you. The intent here is to get you to some point where you can do this without a key and be comfortable with what you're doing. All right. So it's the first digit of a three figures. Okay, let's put this over here. It's three figures. All right. First digit, second digit, third digit. So it says, let's see, the first digit of a number of three digits is 3/4 the second. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say the second digit, I don't know what it is, it's X, and that digit could be like 0, 1, 2, blah, blah, blah. Actually, it can't be 0 because they're talking about the first digit being 3/4 of it. It would be, if that the case, would just be a 0. So anyway, let's write this down. So this is the second digit over here. I'm just reading it, and then we'll go to the key in a second. The first digit of a number of three figures is 3/4 the second. So this digit over here is 3/4 of X. All right? So I had to keep reading it. The first digit of a number is of the three figures is 3/4 the second and exceeds the third by 2. Wow. It exceeds the third by 2. So that means this one over here is going to be 3x over 4 minus 2. All right, so I know the first digit, second digit, and third digit now. All in terms of x, by the way, where x is some number, it's an integer, like 1, 2, 3. You get the idea. Again, we're not going to think too much about that. We're going to keep reading it. It says, if the number divided by the sum of the digits, well, if you would write the number down, right? If you wrote the number down, and let me just read this. If the number we divide by the sum of the digits, well, let me do the sum of the digits first. Right, so the sum of the digits, sum of digits. We're going to look at the key in a moment. Well, let's see, 3/4, I'm summing these three digits together, this, and this. Well, you get 3x over 2, I'll go slow, plus x minus 2. So that's going to be 5x over 2 minus 2. All right, I'm going to start going to the key now. I'm going to start reading it to you. It says, x is the second digit. We did that certainly. First digit, we did that certainly. The last digit, and we did that certainly. We also did a sum of the digits. I got this part covered. All right, so I'm going to say that's covered. We did that. But I want to go back to this thing. It says the number. What's the number going to be? Well, the number is actually 100 times 3/4 of an x plus 10x plus 3/4 of an x minus 2. Well, I got to do this, and looking at it, looks like 75x. That's not so bad. 4 goes in 125 times. 75 plus 10x plus 3/4 of an x minus 2. And this is the number. Well, I still have to work on it. That's 85x plus 3/4 of an x minus 2. Common denominator there would be 4. So that would be 320, 340, 343x over 4 minus 2. I want to point out where this is right over here. This is the number. 343x over 4 minus 2. Well, I'm going to start to erase some of the work that I don't need anymore. All right, I'll leave that up there. And again, I got to read it. Right, going back, I'm not memorizing it right. If the number, well, I know what the number is. It's 343x over 4 minus 2 divided by the sum of the digits. Well, I have to write that down now. So that's going to be the number. I'll write that down for you. 343x over 4 minus 2 divided by the sum of the digits. Well, what I'm going to do, just to make it simple, well, before I do that, they say the number's 38 when I do that. All right, the quotient's 38. I'm going to multiply top and bottom by 4. And if I do that, I'm going to be careful. 3, 4, 3x minus 8, 10x, I'm multiplying by 4, by the way, top and bottom, minus 8 equals 38. Again, I'm gonna try to find x now by multiplying both sides by the LCD. So 3x minus 8. That's going to be 380x, and then minus 8 times 38. All right? Well, I got to keep moving around here, don't I? And I'm going to put it down for you. And what I'm going to do is I'll subtract 343x from both sides, and that's going to give you 37x. By the way, my saving grace here is I know x is a nice integer, and we'll get there later. And then I'm gonna subtract. Now, what do I mean by that? It's going to be 8 times 38 minus 8. And I'm going to factor an 8 out. And what would you get over there? 38 minus 1. So it's really 8 times 37. And I think I can do that. 8 times 37. You know what? I don't need to do that. 8 times 37. And someone says, why is that? I'm going to divide both sides by 37 now. What do you get? X equals 8. Now someone says, what was their question? Their question is, what's the number? And I got to write this down now. It's a 3-digit number. And I know the middle digit's 8 now. What's the 3/4 of 8, which is the first digit? That goes into 6. It's going to be a 6 then. And then what's the first digit? What's going to be 2 less than that, which is 4. So the number is 684. Let's look at the key, see if they wrote that down, and they did. All right, we just walked through the key, by the way. This is typically what we do when we're doing problem sets, is we're walking through the key. That's all we're doing. All right, the key is provided for a reason. If you need to walk through, that's great. Furthermore, if you need additional support, I do want to point out, this has been mentioned several times in this set alone, that you can always reach out to me. Thank you.